panic is defined as total incapacitation. And research with extreme weather event survivors shows that panic is really rare. What actually happens is far more interesting. Professor Sandy McFarlane, who studies people with post-traumatic stress disorder, is an expert on the neurobiology of fear. And he's devised a little demonstration of how adrenaline progressively disorganises the brain.
How you feeling there, Jonica?
5 minutes before exit, I'm given a language task. Conversations with Sandy had led me to believe I'd been naming animals, but that's not the task he gave me. Already, my access to language is suffering, but the adrenaline is still rising. We try again at 2 minutes to jump. The letters C and F. My professor has a sense of humour. This is the fear brain, sometimes known as the adrenaline brain. As you'd guess, the fear centres, like the amygdala, are highly active. But that causes other surprising parts of the brain to shut down.
All right, Jonica, how was that?
So tell us, Jonica.
Yeah.
How did you go?
Well, it only just hit me when I was just ready to head out that thing. Or just beforehand.
That thing? Do I mean door? First casualty of the adrenaline brain, our language centres go offline. And of course, in a crisis, losing language is a problem because we not only communicate with it, we think and plan with it.
That actual moment when you're just out of the plane, yeah, it's just that tumble and I can just, the flash of the image of tumbling back.
Language gone, and look, it's the motor and visual parts of the brain that are dominating. Great for escaping a tiger, not great for a complex emergency. And then I discover something even more interesting has gone offline.
When you've been given the word generation task, initially you couldn't quite listen to the instructions.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear the instructions, you're right. I got it wrong. You're quite right. That's interesting.
You'd prepared yourself for what you thought the task was going to be.
Absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, caught out. Absolutely. And then she had to tell me, no, I did the task wrong because I was remembering the task that I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Second big casualty of the adrenaline brain, our creative, big picture thinking shuts down. The executive centres, associative centres, those freewheeling networks that allow us to process information and come up with new ideas, literally stop talking to each other.
And that's what happens to the brain when it's overwhelmed by stress. That the focus and people develop tunnel vision, they shut everything else out, and they often ignore things that are critical to their survival or appropriate performance.
I knew there was a reason I jumped tandem. I would have forgotten to pull the cord for sure.
So, the more adrenalised our brain is, the less of it will be available to us.